So I decided to get a new bike, and this is my new bike, which is the Interceptor 650. If you guys follow me on my social media pages, you'll know that I owned an old bike, which was the Thunderbird 350X. So that bike had a lot of memories. I had traveled around my state with that bike a lot, and then it did give me a lot of kilometers, and it had a good mileage. I had traveled with that bike solo a lot, and it had memories of my late father as well, because me and my late father actually went to get that bike. And back then we had no clue of bikes. We had no clue of how to pick bikes, based on what criteria to pick bikes. We had no clue. We had never ridden a bike. We had no experience actually riding the bike on the road. We went to a lot of showrooms. We went to the KTM showroom, the Bajaj showroom, but then later when we ended up in the Royal Enfield showroom, my father was like, you have to get one of these bikes, and he was hands down bent on getting one of the Royal Enfield. So the Interceptor 650 was something that I always wanted to, I always looked at as a really nice bike, a really retro looking bike. And the 650 engines, either the Continental GTs or the Interceptor 650, those bikes were like the dream bikes back in the days. I always wanted to own one, but I did not have I was not doing pretty well when it comes to freelancing as well back in the days. I was just starting off, so I had no money. I could not afford the bike, so it was just the dream bike for me back in the days. Thankfully, to God's grace, of course, I was able to find a lot of new projects, and then these projects actually paid me very well, so I was able to buy my new bike. There's a storm coming. Right there. It's not all that easy to decide on getting this bike, because I did do a lot of research. I was looking for options, of upgrading. Of course, I wanted to upgrade from the 350 engine, which my previous bike was on. So I wanted to upgrade on something which was more powerful, like the 400 cc's or basically the 600 cc's. So when I was looking for options, I came across the Guerrilla 400X. I mean the Guerrilla 450, and then the Triumph 400X, which was on my radar of bikes. I did a lot of thinking, and the prices of the Guerrilla and the Triumph were very close to 3 lakhs. So the Interceptor, the new Interceptor, I could get it for about 3.5 or 3.6. So settling and then compromising for just 50,000 rupees was something that I did not feel good about. The Himalayan was also there, but then the Himalayan is something of a bike I don't want to, because of the size of it, I don't really want to get an adventure bike. I would rather much get myself something smaller. So I decided to not compromise on the whole budget of it, and then just go for the Interceptor 650. I pulled out everything, all my project's money, and then just put it on the Interceptor. And I have a lot of plans for this bike. I know that it has a lot of disadvantages as well, because I already know. I had done my research. I know that the butt hurts on the seat, the shin hit the foot pegs a lot, and then it also heats up a lot. The engine really heats up a lot, and then it's also a very heavy bike. And maneuvering it around in the city is crazy. It's difficult as heck, but then I've been doing it for roughly about 2 weeks now, so I think I'm getting the hang of it. So when I got this bike, the first issue that came to me was actually where would I place this bike in my apartment, because my apartment has it has like a parking, but then it's basically outside, and because it's a very expensive bike, it attracts a lot of attention. So if I keep the bike uncovered, parked next to my apartment, a lot of go buyers just look at it, and then sometimes I sort of feel scared, like they might, because there are a lot of thieves around. A lot of bikes have been stolen, so I want to keep it safe. So the owner, thankfully the owner is a great guy. He actually saw my bike, and then he was telling me that it's a new bike, it hasn't even got the registration done yet, so why don't you keep it inside the bike. So he told me just keep it near the veranda of the upper floor, so I kept it inside, and then the gate is always locked, so thankfully it's safe now. But then I do have a lot of plans to travel with this bike. Hopefully to the mountains up in different states, nearby states. So I did have a lot of plans, chat with my friends, and then I am deciding to go to different places in different states later on. But then right now I am caught up with a lot of projects, so I can't really travel a lot. But then once I'm done with those projects, I will take a break and then do my traveling. So that is my plan, and please stay tuned and subscribe if you want to see those videos later on.